What is going on, Scoop Nation? Get ready, because the news cycle is absolutely exploding today, and we've got the inside scoop on all the biggest stories you need to know. From jaw-dropping career moves to unexpected on-screen performances and seismic shifts in the entertainment world, things are moving at lightning speed. You won't believe what's just dropped. We're diving deep into the stories that are making waves and shaping the conversation. Stick around, because you absolutely do not want to miss a single second of today's Sheeran scoop. First up, we're talking about a true icon who's been making headlines with his farewell tour. He's made a monumental decision that's got everyone talking, and he's finally opened up about the asterisk why behind it all. What led to this massive shift in strategy during his final performances? We've got the exclusive breakdown. Then, we're shifting gears to the screen, where a familiar face is pushing boundaries like never before. He's opened up about his willingness to go to any lengths for a role, and the details emerging from his latest project are, frankly, wild. Get ready for some surprising revelations about on-screen performances that are definitely raising eyebrows. And that's not all. We're also breaking down a bold claim about the pinnacle of athletic competition and revealing who might be making a massive return to a beloved cinematic universe. You won't want to miss these updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. A career-defining pivot. John Cena on his retirement tour's boldest move. This is a story about a legendary figure making a significant strategic change during the twilight of a storied career. A decision that has captivated fans and analysts alike. John Cena, a name synonymous with sports entertainment for 2 decades, is currently embarking on his highly publicized retirement tour, with only a handful of dates remaining before he steps away from the squared circle. Having announced his impending departure from the ring in 2024, Cena, who has successfully transitioned into a prominent acting career, has consistently expressed his enduring passion for professional wrestling. Despite his love for the sport, the physical toll has become undeniable, forcing his hand. A pivotal moment during this farewell run saw Cena execute a shocking heel turn at the Elimination Chamber event, a maneuver that stunned the WWE Universe. This sudden departure from his long-standing persona as a beloved babyface, a role he maintained for nearly 20 years, was entirely unexpected, particularly during his retirement phase. Reflecting on this dramatic shift, Cena admitted in a prior interview while promoting his series Peacemaker that the heel turn didn't achieve the desired impact and served as a valuable learning experience. Following the Clash in Paris event, John Cena provided a candid explanation for his subsequent decision to revert to his babyface character. He articulated the core philosophy driving his in-ring persona. Keep in mind, what we do is, we try to entertain the audience as best we can. Sometimes, that involves taking risks, and sometimes, that takes being bold. But you also have to listen to the audience. Sometimes, you just gotta listen and pivot, change course, and I'll say, it's quite nice to stay in the middle of the ring and say hi to familiar faces. This statement underscores a profound respect for the audience and a willingness to adapt based on their reception, a testament to his dedication to the art of performance. The narrative surrounding Cena's retirement tour has been further complicated by a surprise appearance from Brock Lesnar at WWE SummerSlam, where Lesnar attacked Cena. This led many to believe a final confrontation between these two titans was imminent. However, in a twist, it was Logan Paul who ultimately faced Cena at Clash in Paris. Speculation is now rife that the highly anticipated match between Brock Lesnar and John Cena will indeed take place at WWE's next major pay-per-view event, WrestlePalooza, adding another layer of intrigue to Cena's final chapter. The wrestling community and fans are buzzing about Cena's adaptability and his commitment to delivering an entertaining experience, even in his final performances. His decision to listen to the crowd and adjust his character demonstrates a deep understanding of the symbiotic relationship between performer and audience. Hold on tight, because the wrestling world is still reeling from these developments. Next, we dive into how this same star is making waves for entirely different reasons, pushing boundaries on the small screen. From the ring to the screen, John Cena's bold stance on screen performance, This story delves into an actor's commitment to his craft, exploring how a recent role has prompted a candid discussion about artistic boundaries and the willingness to embrace challenging material. John Cena, a globally recognized figure for his prowess in professional wrestling and his burgeoning acting career, has recently ignited conversations with his statements regarding his willingness to undertake any role on screen. This openness comes in the wake of filming a particularly graphic scene for the DCU television series, Peacemaker, where his character, Christopher Smith, is depicted in a bisexual orgy. Cena, who previously garnered attention for an intimate scene with Amy Schumer, has consistently demonstrated a readiness to tackle roles that push conventional limits. The actor's current retirement tour from WWE has placed him squarely in the public eye, with his on-screen endeavors receiving significant attention. The opening episode of Peacemaker Season 2 finds Chris Smith in a state of despair, having saved the world in the first season without receiving any recognition. This leads him to host an orgy in his apartment as a form of escapism, a scene where Cena's character is largely observed, engaging in various forms of self-medication while simulated explicit acts occur in the background. During an episode of the Peacemaker podcast, Cena elaborated on his commitment to his roles. He revealed his initial apprehension about the orgy scene, confessing to director James Gunn that he expected to be more directly involved. "There is nothing James Gunn can write that will surprise me anymore," Cena stated. Episode 1 has a big org fist in it, and I remember us talking like kind of feeling each other out on where we and I was kinda like. I'm thinking he'll have me doing unspeakable in the orgy. 'Cause, quite honestly, if you were to ask me to do anything, that conversation would go directly to me and the wife, and I would beg for permission and forgiveness. Gunn's direction, however, was that Smith should simply be present, as the scene's purpose was not to satisfy him, but to illustrate his state of detachment and his search for an antidote to his disillusionment. Cena further explained that his character was exploring various avenues of escapism, including drugs, alcohol, and sex, none of which provided solace. The scene also served to explicitly confirm the long-suspected bisexuality of the Peacemaker character. Cena himself corroborated this in a promotional video with James Gunn, where he playfully responded to a question about choosing between an alien intruder and a Tinder date by stating he'd choose the date, as he could then use the gay dating app Grindr. Gunn commented on the character's open sexuality, noting, "We see in the show that he doesn't have any issues with sexuality, as long as you're not fixing animals that he's not into. But besides that, he's pretty open. And yet other things he's completely close-minded on." This candid discussion highlights Cena's professional dedication and his willingness to fully embody complex characters, even when it involves scenes that challenge societal norms. It also provides deeper insight into the character of Peacemaker and his personal journey. These on-screen revelations are certainly turning heads. But the conversation doesn't stop there. We're heading back to the wrestling ring for a bold declaration from another major player. Peak Wrestling. Logan Paul declares his match with John Cena the pinnacle of the sport. This is a story about a bold claim made by a prominent athlete regarding a recent high-profile contest, sparking debate among fans and critics about the definition of greatness in professional wrestling. Following what was described as a grueling 30-minute bout at Clash in Paris, Logan Paul, the former United States champion, took to social media to proclaim his match against WWE icon John Cena as the absolute peak of professional wrestling. While many seasoned fans might disagree, Paul's declaration has certainly ignited a significant discussion within the wrestling community. In a post that detailed his thoughts and gratitude, Paul stated, "When an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, I wanted a match with John Cena to prove that I not only belong in the business, but can bring the best out of the business. Mission accomplished. For me, last night was peak professional wrestling." He went on to praise Cena, calling him an absolute mastermind of the craft, and humorously comparing his in-ring ability to the artistic genius of Pablo Picasso, suggesting Cena's skill is so profound it might not be fully understood. Despite not securing the victory, Paul asserted he came away with numerous personal triumphs. Paul's sentiment was further echoed in a subsequent tweet where he reiterated his belief in the match's significance. John Cena, while not directly responding to Paul's social media post, did offer his perspective on the encounter during the Clash in Paris post-show. He drew a parallel to his own career-defining moment, where he received a career-making opportunity against Kurt Angle. Cena explained his motivation for facing Logan Paul. "I said, hey guys, I feel pretty good. I feel like I'm going down swinging. I want to give everything I have to the business. Who wants to step up? And man, I remember somebody giving me an opportunity in Chicago, Illinois. I stepped up and I wasn't ready. And there's a whole lot of people that could have faced Kurt Angle that night, but I was the one who had the stupid bravery to slap him in the face, and that's how I started this journey, you know." Cena expressed deep respect for Paul, acknowledging the younger performer's commitment. "You have to invest your heart and soul. Man, you say it like I'm going at a different level. I'm simply just giving all I have. That's all I've really ever done. I'm glad everyone appreciates it, but I'm just trying to give my heart to the canvas. And tonight, man, if anyone doesn't like Logan Paul, that's fine. I got to put some respect on that man." This exchange highlights Cena's philosophy of passing the torch and providing opportunities to rising stars, even as he concludes his own illustrious career. The exchange between Paul and Cena, along with Paul's bold claim, has energized discussions about legacy, performance, and what truly constitutes the pinnacle of professional wrestling, especially as Cena nears the end of his in-ring journey. That's a bold statement from Logan Paul, and it's got the wrestling world talking. But what happens when these stars move beyond the ring and onto the big screen? We've got exciting news about potential returns to a major cinematic universe. DCU's Man of Tomorrow, rumored to bring back DC icons Jason Momoa and John Cena. This story centers on exciting casting rumors for an upcoming major film within a popular cinematic universe, hinting at the return of beloved characters and the expansion of its interconnected narrative. The upcoming DC Universe film, tentatively titled Man of Tomorrow, is generating significant buzz with rumors suggesting the potential return of Jason Momoa as Lobo and John Cena as Peacemaker. These fan-favorite characters, who have already established a presence in the DCU, are reportedly being considered to reprise their roles alongside Millie Alcock's Supergirl. The film is set to continue the narrative threads established in Superman 2025, introducing new challenges for the Man of Steel while potentially bringing back familiar faces. According to reports from Nexus Point News, the production for Man of Tomorrow is slated to commence in June 2026, with a projected release date of July 9, 2027. James Gunn, a key architect of the new DCU, is attached to write, direct, and produce the film, collaborating with Peter Safran. The movie will feature David Corenswet reprising his role as Superman and Nicholas Hoult returning as Lex Luthor. While Luthor is expected to remain an antagonist, there are indications that he might team up with Superman to confront a larger, overarching threat. Speculation points towards villains like Brainiac or the cosmic team The Authority as potential adversaries, a scenario that could necessitate a gathering of heroes, thus explaining the potential inclusion of characters like Peacemaker, Supergirl, and Lobo. John Cena's portrayal of Peacemaker has remained a consistent element within the DCU, particularly through his successful HBO Max series, which continues to explore storylines initiated in Superman 2025. If Cena indeed joins Man of Tomorrow, it would mark his first feature film appearance in James Gunn's DC era since his role in The Suicide Squad 2021. Similarly, Jason Momoa's potential return as Lobo follows ongoing speculation about his future within the DCU. Gunn has previously hinted at significant roles for Momoa beyond his appearances in the Aquaman franchise. The first film in this new Superman saga, Superman 2025, premiered on July 11, 2025, with a substantial budget of $225 million and grossed over $611 million worldwide. This initial installment introduced a host of key characters, including Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan, Jimmy Olsen, Skylar Gisondo, Mr. Terrific, Eddie Gathegi, Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion, and Hawkgirl, Isabella Merced. The narrative threads woven into Superman are expected to be integral to Man of Tomorrow. And we'll also connect with other upcoming DCU projects, such as the Lantern series on HBO and the Supergirl spin-off. The potential inclusion of Cena and Momoa in Man of Tomorrow would not only expand the presence of their respective characters, but also play a crucial role in establishing a foundation for future team-up projects within the burgeoning DCU. This strategic casting could signal a move towards more ensemble-driven storytelling, a hallmark of successful cinematic universes. And that's a wrap on today's biggest stories. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's all the scoop you need for today, Scoop Nation. We covered John Cena's strategic pivot on his retirement tour, his candid thoughts on pushing boundaries on screen, Logan Paul's bold, peak wrestling claim, and exciting potential returns to the DC universe. Don't miss out on future updates. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to Sheeran's Scoop, ring that notification bell, leave a comment below, and follow us on all our social channels.